definitely the crowd's favourite for that. And with his success at the Grand Prix, I think that he's also, probably favourite to win the World Championships at -74. We should be seeing the matches underway very soon. In blue from the Ukraine, we have Iryna. Okay, there you see Iryna Romoldanova from the Ukraine. She's making her way to the field of play now. And her opponent, Lin Tan-Win from Chinese Taipei. What do you make of these athletes, Luke? Are we expecting to see from them today?
Dominated the lower female weights for a long time. Very technical, good distance, good timing. Might be an interesting matchup.
It'll be quite interesting. Do you think we'll see the foot fencing off the front leg to start off with at least?
Yeah, especially for the first round. No one wants to give away too many cheap points, for example, opening up too early. But I think the first point will definitely be critical. Just want to settle into the semi-final.
So do you reckon a low-scoring match?
I'll be very surprised if both score over 5 points.
Okay, we'll hold you to that. We should be getting underway very shortly. Just some last words of advice there from the Chinese Taipei coach. Referee just waiting to call them in. Ukrainian coach silent there. He said everything that he needs to say. Do you think she looks a little nervous, a little tense there, Luke?
Yeah, obviously this is a big opportunity for her. She's in, I think it's her first world semi-final. I think she's medalled at European level. So this is another step up, and now she wants to build on this, get into the final, and then she'll be one step away from being a world champion.
So, referee, when you're ready, please call the athletes and let us start the contest.
And the match is now going. The referee's calling him to the centre to get underway. Chinese Taipei is ranked number 4 in the world, and she won the US Open earlier this year and the year before. In the recent Dutch Open Championships in Eindhoven, she took the gold medal there. Now they're doing the systems check. You'll notice there that they're testing the head guards as well, because again it's a new change that's been introduced with the scoring. The protective scoring system includes a head guard now. So kicks to the head are scored automatically by the system, which has just been double checked now. You can see there's a transmitter in the back of the Hogu or trunk protector, and there's one at the top of the head guard as well. So the judges, they score punching techniques,
so each athlete,
and also they're consulted by the referee for points of dispute, etc. Okay, system's working fine now. Second check.
What you're seeing them doing right now, they're testing the system out to make sure it's fine. So this is the PSS, or the Protector Scoring System. They're now testing to see if the sensors are working in the helmets.
Okay, referee satisfied. Calls him to attention and bow. So just to go through the scoring system, a punch to the body scores 1 point, a kick to the body with sufficient accuracy and power, an impact will score 1 point. If the athlete throws a rotating kick, a back kick or a spinning kick to the body, that will score 3 points. A kick to the head scores 3 points, and again, if it's rotating, that will score an additional point, so it'll be worth 4 in total. Match underway. The Chinese Taipei athlete is a little bit more active right now. Ukrainian just look a little bit nervous. No scorers yet. So the Taipei athlete using the red right side there to try and check as the Ukrainian athlete came in.
As we expected, both athletes is not really coming off that back leg, which is considered a bit more dangerous now as you open up the electronic pads. We're both playing off the front leg.
And just as you say that, Taipei comes off the back leg just to prove us wrong. Nice technique there. I'm sure that would have registered, but not quite sufficiently to score. There's different power settings for all the various weight divisions. Romoldanova does seem to be a little bit more edgy than what she was in the preliminary rounds. The referee there just urging them to fight. If they're inactive for 5 seconds, then the referee will tell them to produce more action, and then a further 5 seconds later, if they fail to do that, she will penalise one or both athletes. It's definitely Lin Wan-Ting from Chinese Taipei who's taking the match right now, has been most proactive. She's trying to look for a way in there, goes up for the head, just short. And that's the first round over, and 0-0. Look, it's pretty much as you predicted.
I don't think it's going to stay that way for long. I think the Ukraine is definitely going to have to engage a bit more. She's going to feel the wrath of the referee. If she stands there not doing too much, she'll be picking up a few deductions. I think a coach should definitely be telling her to move away that check, move away the front leg of the Taipei athlete and look for some punches. But I think probably be best just to hold off on that, use that as a tactic for the final round, maybe the last 30 seconds if it's still a tight match.
Yeah. I think, yeah, as you said there, the referee will penalise the Ukrainian player if she isn't more proactive in this match. The referee will make an arm gesture across the body, which represents a 0.5 warning. You get 2 of those, and your opponent is awarded a point. Those kyongo, or warnings, can be given for inactivity, moving out the ring, or various offences. So the second round's about to get underway, 0-0. Lin Wan-Ting from Chinese Taipei definitely been with the most proactive of the 2 athletes so far in this first semi-final in the female -46 kilogram division. The first semi-final of the 2015 World Championships here in Chelyabinsk, Russia. And she's starting out to be a little bit more active, Romoldanova.
Yeah, she's just trying to hold the centre of the ring, keep the Taipei athlete towards the outskirts. Maybe if she comes on balance, maybe she can chase her down, get a half point, getting her out the ring.
Referee there was indicating more actions required, and I think she will be penalising people quickly. Ukrainian player definitely a little bit more active, but maybe that's because the Taipei athlete has been less active, Luke, rather than an increase in action in this match. We thought it'd be a cautious affair. Luke predicted no more than 5 points for either athlete, and so far we've been proven right. We're now past the first minute of the second round, and the score remains 0-0.
I think the Taipei athlete is definitely the most comfortable of the 2. I think just going to let Ukraine just come to her, see if the nerves are creeping in. That's when the mistakes start happening. When you're just a little bit unsettled and you make 1 or 2 decisions that you wouldn't necessarily take.
Looking at less than the last 30 seconds now, and it does look like the Taipei athlete is looking for an opportunity to come in, possibly off that back leg again, maybe even go high. And she's still jabbing that front leg out, trying to register that point in the PSS. It does look like they're going to leave this until the last round. Referee calls time. So now the coaches are going to be giving them words of advice. It won't remain at 0-0. If it should do that, or it should be a tight score, then there'll be an extra round played, which is known as golden point. And then in that round, the first athlete to score will win the match.
I think the longer it stays 0-0, I think it would definitely more suit Ukraine I mean, she's definitely got a punch in that armory of hers, and when you get down to the last 15, 10 seconds, it's definitely something players tend to lean on and use as an escape.
Do you think, well, that's interesting, Lou, because obviously it's the judges that score the punches, so they're looking for activity. Now, their job has been greatly reduced with the introduction of the PSS, and again, with the introduction of the PSS head guards. So do you think it's a case the judges are looking for something to score and are more likely to score than what the system does?
Obviously, yeah, the referees don't have to score as much as they used to in the old days, so maybe they get a bit lonely, and a decent solid punch will tend to register a lot more than it used to. I mean, Taipei's definitely trying to assert herself in this match. She doesn't want to be staying at 0-0.
Just mentioned there that she went up, she checked the body and then went high, just fell short so it wouldn't have scored. But at least she's looking for that now. Still off the lead leg though. Cuts from the back. No point, but at least she's showing she's trying that. The Ukrainian player hasn't done anything as yet other than come off the front leg. Just weighing each other up and measuring. It is possibly just going to be the one kick that's going to decide the outcome of this first semi-final match. Ukraine versus Chinese Taipei. Ukraine in blue, Taipei in red. Referee encouraging action again there. A little bit of outburst of action, and we're seeing the first Kyongo. That's referee indicated that was for holding against the Ukrainian athlete. She needs to be careful. Another warning, and Lin will be awarded a point.
There's a nice solid check there, just didn't register enough. Last 30 seconds. I do still favour that punch coming over the check, but you'd have to be careful of Taipei going up to her face.
It would be against the run of play, as a Taipei athlete has dominated this first semi-final. And down to the last 10 seconds, it could go to golden point.
Last 5.
It looked like you called it right, Luke. It's unlikely we're going to see any points there. In regular match of 3 rounds, in the first semi-final, we've seen no points scored.
It's a very shady affair. Neither player really looking for the win. They're just making sure they didn't lose in a mindset, kind of not giving away any cheap points. They don't want to be chasing it down. That 1.5 point against the Ukrainian athlete could pay the price for her if it goes another round without a point in the new superiority
rules. Yeah, I'll just explain that. You're right there, Luke, because the match basically starts again at 0-0 for the golden point round, and the first person to score wins. In the instance that there's one player is given 2 Kyongos or a Gamjung, a full point deduction, then they would be awarded the match. In the instance where there's no points scored and it's tied, then activity and warnings are taken into consideration from the previous first 3 rounds. So let's hope we get some action in this one. Golden point, first one to score wins, deciding the first semi-final in the minus 46 kilogram division at the World Taekwondo Championships, Chelyabinsk, Russia. And Ukraine goes against, she goes off the back leg. Tight defense by the Taipei athlete, looking for the counter kick. Brave try there from the Ukrainian athlete. It's the first rear leg kick that she's done in the entire match. We can see that it did hit, it didn't register sufficiently though. And there, they've got the point.
She's done it.
Against her from there. Can you believe it? Romoldanova from the Ukraine has stolen that match. She's taken the golden point. The Chinese Taipei athlete must be so frustrated. She dominated that game, but you have to score points, and she failed to do that in the first 3 rounds. It's gone to golden point, and Iryna Romoldanova from Ukraine